Our new cloud categorizations now to sort of incorporate the chemtrailing, but we've never had that in the past.
Well, that's what the USA put out a set of stamps that happen all wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. So in your face, like, yeah.
Propaganda.
They're trying to normalise it.
Cloud propaganda.
Yeah, yeah.
That's to the back of the screen. We've got that picture of the images. We're using that, don't we?
That is the cloud.
That's it.
This one's an actual video. This is normal time. It's not time lapse. You see the black shadow projected in front of the plane. The sun was over to the. This was in the morning, but it just didn't line up for to be projected onto a lower level of cloud, and it goes too far in front of the plane, in my opinion. So there's the horizon, and the black beam goes a long way in front.
Behind the plane, though.
Sorry?
The sun's what behind the plane.
Yeah.
So it would go.
In some cases, it could be argued that it's a shadow, but when I've taken pictures where there's no actual chemtrails, for it to be a shadow of, it makes me very suspicious. But I've seen these black projected beams sort of scroll across the sky as well, a lot faster than maybe the wind blows the chemtrails. This is another time-lapse one. What was that? Move on to that. This was a particularly bad day. And it seems like the chemtrail sort of finishes there, but the black shadows project on. See, this is a time lapse, and you can see a shadow project across the sky. It's a bit difficult to see.
Also, all the hazing is all chemtrails
All
spread out. Whenever you
artificial.
see the hazing, the thick haze, that's then spread out over hours.
Did you see that? The shadow just sort of went a lot faster than the actual chemtrail being blown. Okay, so that's chemtrail shadow lines or projected beams. I'm not sure. I don't think there's any official title.
Could they be a new form of stuff that they're putting out that's darker anyway?
I suspect it's some sort of secret technology that's interacting with the chemtrails and maybe ionising chemicals or doing something. But I don't know any more than that. But I've taken a lot of pictures of them. Okay, chemtrail markers. These chemtrails can be seen by satellites from space. And quite often you see a lot of crosses in the sky, a lot of crosses, but I've got a few other shapes as well. See this one, like starting and stopping, it's just laid across and it's sort of stopped there, you've got a little bit there, stops there, stops there. But you've got a cross. And these can be seen from space and you can see how the wind pushes them along. And that's sort of probably all part of the planning where they're going to spray next, depending on how the wind blows these chemicals around. This one is really unusual. Look at that, so it's just unbelievable. This is out my window. See, there's a little bit of chemtrail there, but stops there. Starts there, stops there. It's in there. Just really unusual, that one.
So presumably that plane sort of came backwards and forwards?
It may have done a U-turn, or it might have been different planes interacting with each other. So you might have had one plane do this, one do that one, and one do that one.
It's just like graffiti in the sky, isn't it? It's just so amazingly in your face.
Yeah.
Do you know where these planes are?
I don't know. It could be anywhere. This, I don't know. Do you have any idea, Terry?
What's that?
Where planes take off from? Probably military bases.
No, but most of them are actually passenger jets. They're just pulling out from, taking off from all airports around the world.
Some are.
And also RAF Mildenhall, I believe, and Coningsbury potentially.
Okay.
I've been trying to look into where they might be flying from. Mildenhall and Coningsbury seem to be, when you look at overhead Google, like potentially those are the KC-135 planes that have been said to do it. So there's leads there, but we're not entirely sure. Again, it's not disclosed, so we are still trying to find out. We just need to keep researching.
Max will be speaking later on. Max has got hours of footage of it, zooming in on particular aircrafts. He's got the flight radar 24, so he's able to see exactly what carrier it is, altitude, destination, origin and all that. So and most of the planes that I've been looking at in Flight 24 as well are like Aer Lingus, Ryanair, British Airways. They're all the main carriers and they're spraying away. Spraying, yeah. Horizon to horizon. Yeah.
Cargo airlines freight.
And like on the same day at same altitude, you see other planes that leave nothing behind as well.
That's it.
You know, so a few months to go. Right.
So that previous picture was this, but to the side of it you had some other sort of unusual markings. But these could, look at this, that's just amazing. Yeah. But there's a double cross. So instead of just 2 intersecting, you've got 4 intersecting there. These can be seen from space by satellites. Another one, that's a single one. Look, they've drawn an A right in front of the sunset.
Yeah, it looks like they want that.
And they're starting a pentagram.
Yeah. There's a triangle. You can just so it's sort of drawing shapes in the sky, and where it intersects there, there's it stops. This one's a bit difficult to see. There's 3 lines, one there, and I saw these 2, and then I saw a plane coming along, and it just sprayed a little bit there. So there's like 3 bars in the sky. Another cross, 3 lines, another cross, triangle. And this one is like an X. This is a time-lapse video. There's a chemtrail here. And then it gets intersected. There you go. So you've got a light cross. So one was laid, half an hour before, and then another one comes along. Now another anomaly you see with these chemtrails, what we call chembos, or chemical rainbows. Okay. All these particles that are spraying out of the back of the planes, when the sun shines through them, you don't get like a big arc like a normal rainbow, like when it rains. This is just a small arc when the sun shines through them at particular angles. There's another one there. You've got an X in the sky, and then you've got a chembo there. Quite often, sometimes it forms like a halo around the sun. Sometimes on that halo, the left and the right, you get a small arc of a rainbow. There's another one there.
Even the sun isn't right either. The flare and the glare from the sun now is huge.
That's because of all the chemicals in
Yeah.
there.
No, it's actually
Years ago, you couldn't look at the sun, could you? But now you can.
Well, in winter, you could a little bit there.
Yeah.
Little disc, but now it's,
It distorts it.
yeah,
in
it's
the atmosphere.
horrendous.
Yeah. There's a few more chembos.
The arc of the circle.
Yeah. It's just it's a whole circle, but you just
You see bits
one
of
little
it.
arc shows up. That's it. Is that A that I showed you earlier, just behind the telegraph pole, you've got a little chembo there. This one's really unusual. You've got first of all, I saw the chembo in the middle, and then I noticed the cloud like had a hole punched in it. Very unusual.
Do you think that's no makeup? Or that?
The hole in the cloud, I think
it's
it's
entirely
man-made.
man-made.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Once you start looking, you'll never unsee it again. You'll be able to see it.
Yeah, but it's
You'll see now.
few more angles.
Was that because of any weather event, you remember?
No, that was there was a bit of chemtrailing going on. I noticed a chembo, I took a picture of it, and then it's only afterwards because I'd never seen one before. And my friend Ben, he saw it in Maidstone, which is about 7 miles away from where I live. He took it from a different angle. Then we started looking into it. We didn't know what to call it. Same with those black shadow beams, you don't know what to call them. So I just typed in hole punch cloud, and then I found out a few other pictures. I think I may have one here. This is what I found on the internet. That one's quite circular there. It's got a little chembo in the middle.
All that's man-made as well.
Yeah, that's man-made cloud. That's another one of my pictures. There's the sun in the middle. There's one either side of the sun. So a little video. Chemtrailing going on. So, and the Kembos either side. Quite often they only last for 5-10 minutes. Got to be quick with your camera. Okay, something else you get? How am I doing for time? Okay, 5 minutes. Okay, rippled clouds. Like rippled sand, you get rippled clouds sometimes, and it's difficult to see. All this area here is all sort of rippled. This is what I have off the internet.
Brisbane.
Very
So
hard. Yeah.
Charging it with electromagnetic radiation and frequencies.
Yes. These chemtrails, they increase the electron density of the atmosphere, and you can project through scalar waves from a HARP facility. I'm not sure if I've got enough time to go through.
Yeah, our one's in Wales, our HARP facility.
We have a HARP facility. Yeah. So these chemtrails increase the electron density, and then you can. It's easier for ELF waves to be transferred through the atmosphere. I just wanted. I have got a bit about HARP, but what I do first is just I've got a 1-minute video and a 2-minute video for whistleblowers. I think a lot of these pilots are told you just fly the plane, and the chemtrail is computer controlled, switching on and off, and it's very compartmentalised, so they don't know the whole story. But there's a few people who do, and they're coming forward. This is a 57-second video.
Chemtrails. And chemtrails, by the way, barium salts are in chemtrails. They are 10,000 times more toxic to your nervous system than lead. They contain microbacteria, viruses, Pseudomonas florensis bacteria, human plasma. Wonder what human plasma is doing in chemtrails. And this is not by conjecture. I did a lot of research before I'd ever say this. But these chemtrails are nasty. And there's 3 reasons for chemtrails. The first is, and I talked to my NSA buddies at Fort Carson, Peterson Air Force Base, and Buckley, where I was actually their doctor taking care of the pilots flying and spraying the chemtrails. So I know it's real. If anybody says it's not real, they're full of it. Okay, because I'm a whistleblower. On the inside, it's not open for discussion. And my NSA buddies told me, 95% of them told me, they were up there trying to spray to reflect the sun out to stop global warming. So most of them are dumb enough to believe that garbage.
He's a doctor, and he treated the pilots. Okay, so that's one whistleblower.
Is there any more of that interview up online?
There is, yeah. I kept it short because I know that we're limited time. He talks for hours.
I'd love to put that on the website.
Okay, Dr. Deagle. Just type in Dr. Deagle on YouTube, and you'll find it.
So what we're going to do is we're going to hand this out. So if you want to know anything about any of the information that you see today, we're going to have all the email addresses, and we'll keep you posted through the help of Skywatch as well.
Yes.
So anything you've seen today, you don't think about it until later, you want to find out more, leave your email, your name, and we can keep in touch.
Or if you want to find us through the website, you can go to UK Skywatch, and you can contact us through the contact page as well.
Okay, a few minutes, okay. So Dr. Deagle, yeah, he's a pilot, treated the chemtrail pilots. Look him up on YouTube, you'll find out he does hour-long YouTube videos. Brilliant, lots of information there. I just kept it to 1 minute just to give you a brief one. This is Ted Gunderson. He was an ex-FBI agent.
Chief.
He talks for 2 minutes.
Chief.
Death dumps, otherwise known as chemical trails, are being dropped and sprayed throughout the United States, in England, Scotland, Ireland, Northern Europe, and I have personally seen them not only in the United States but in Mexico and Canada. Birds are dying around the world. Fish are dying by the hundreds of thousands around the world. This is genocide. This is poison. This is murder by the United Nations. This element within our society that's doing this must be stopped. I happen to know of 2 of the locations where the airplanes are that dump this crap on us. 4 of the planes are out of Air National Guard, Lincoln, Nebraska, and the other planes are out of Fort Still, Oklahoma. I personally have observed the planes that were standing still in Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, at the Air National Guard. They have no markings on them. They're huge, bomber-like airplanes with no markings. This is a crime against humanity, crime against America, crime against the citizens of this great country. They must be stopped. What is wrong with Congress? This has an effect on their population and their people and their friends and their relatives and themselves. What's wrong with them? What's wrong with the pilots who are flying these airplanes? They're dumping this crap, this poison, on their own families. Somebody has to do something about it. Somebody in Congress has to step forward and stop it now. And thank you. I'm Ted Gunderson.
There are whistleblowers out there. Seems like more coming out. I showed you a doctor and an ex-FBI chief. There's another one here. G. Edward Griffin, he's an author. He whistleblows, he's got a lot of information. I'll just finish up on...
And Kirsten Legan, she whistleblew recently as well.
What's her name?
Kirsten
Legan.
Whistleblew recently, yeah.
Okay, so I'm short of time. I'll just do one more thing. What can we do about it? First of all, we need to raise awareness. That's what we're doing here. Tell friends. If you tell 2 friends tomorrow and ask them to tell 2 and so on, after 30 days, 1 million people. That's all you have to do, tell 2 people and ask them to tell 2 people. And after 30 days, 1 month, get 1 million people. Send an email to everyone in your phone book and make sure they're aware of it. Send pictures, say pictures that you've taken from the internet or pictures you've taken yourself. Something I've done, but I get call your local council. Sorry, this is my local council in Kent. Environment Agency, Civil Aviation Authority, call up your local media. Now I've called up the local council and the Environment Officer and the Civil Aviation Authority. You have to be firm with them. When I rang up the Environment Agency, he just read out a definition of a contrail, and I said, they're not contrails. You know, I realise that with your job you can't say anything else, but you haven't convinced me. But I said, I'm concerned about it, and what are you going to do about it? But they don't seem to want to know. But give them a hassle, give them a hard time. Okay. Contact your member of Parliament.
I've got letters here. Everybody supports me. These are Mike Hancock and one to him like a ton of bricks about all this, and I have done for a couple of years now. There's letters here from the Ministry of Transport, and they're also covering up the murder of what's his name, Dr. David Kelly.
Should we leave them on the table?
Yeah, leave them here. So
brilliant. Perfect.
All right.
Thank you. That's great.
Thanks. Thing is, when you approach authorities, because they're worried about their jobs and their money, they will spit out, they will tell you the government, official. So what they're trying to do, they're trying to get reality to fit into their ideology. And that's scary because that's how they're brainwashing the public.
Exactly.
That's right.
They're changing reality.
Yeah, well, they're trying to engineer it, most definitely, with media.
You've got to be firm with them. Say we're not going to, you're coming out with an official line. We're not going to.
They're murderers.
We also need to contact the papers. If we complain to the papers as well, because the papers cover this up as well, so that the media won't report.
And they won't even.
We can
I've been onto them like.
Really, complain to newspapers. But if lots of us
not
complain,
there.
lots of us complain.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just got a few more things. Yeah. Contact the police. If I see police in the street, I hand them out a flyer. I say, can I just have 20 seconds of your time? Sometimes their attention span isn't great. I'm not talking about police, but some people's attention span isn't very long when you're talking about something that they're totally unaware of. Say, 20 seconds of your time, here's a flyer, you can look at it later. This is a crime against humanity. Print flyers, distribute them whenever you can. Put them in with your bills. When you pay the gas bill, you put the check in there. Pop one in there. Beautiful. Any letter you send out.
Put them through letterboxes.
Through letterboxes, that's what I've
done. Into newspapers as well. Slip them in.
Stick them on lampposts.
Bus stops.
Leave them in doctor's surgeries.
That's it. Yeah. Anyway, Terry, you put them in newspapers. I think.
That's for public toilet doors. That's for public toilet doors.
I've got like a water spray bottle. Put a bit of sugar in there so it's sticky. Just spray it on the bus stop. Whack it on there, and you've gone. Just so.
Bit of wallpaper paste.
Simply, I think you've got to be careful about fly posting,
So the fly?
I think you've got to be careful about fly posting.
Yeah, you've got to be careful, That's, the council would
we'll have to be daring though and take a risk every now and again.
I think we're trying to save.
It's up to you what you do. That's what I've done, but you've got to be careful. The council may come after you. And then you can go to a website, Or you can do this.
Yeah.
That's the band that's outside, belongs to Max Bliss. Well done. Okay, thank you for listening to me.
Come on.
Thank you. Alan, who's come all the way from Kent today.
That's miles, isn't it? How far is it? It's 100 miles or
He's
something.
come 100 miles. I'm sure that there's a lot of people today that's travelled far, haven't there? We got who here is from Portsmouth? Fantastic.
Oh, it's quite a lot.
You
It's quite a
guys
lot.
have got to talk in the break. You've got to connect with each other, and you've got to do more.
See
events.
some more groups
You need to chat with
forming.
This woman and that chap, and then we're going to have more events like this regularly, where we can look for solutions. What we're going to do now is we're going to give everybody the opportunity to get to know each other, to talk. There's a lot of people here who are very knowledgeable already. There are a lot of people who are just coming off the street today and haven't got a clue and finding out this stuff for the first time. So get talking. We're going to have a 10-minute break. We've got a lot of fantastic presentations for you today. So don't go anywhere. Have a 10 minutes break, and then we're going to come back in a minute for our next presentation. All right, thank you very much.